My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Alright, nothing else to do in the graveyard. I think I did that in the last episode. Yeah, it's time to just go back out there. Hit this mission so that I can get the steel. Actually, hang on, there's another steel in this direction. I've already gotten one, so maybe I don't want to go to that one. There are elite enemies over there, and I do like elite enemies. They're quite powerful. Give us some stuff. Yeah, this other path doesn't have elite enemies unless I opt in. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yikes, that's actually shorting us a fight. Oh no, wait, I've already taken a fight. That's so, never mind. It's not actually shorting us a fight. It's just shorting us a fight from if we'd started at the very start. Let's go to this quest. When the dwarves collapse a section of underground tunnels in an effort to slow you, you're forced to dig until another way is found. It is here that you make an interesting discovery. In a collapsed section of the cavern, you come across an array of tables littered with strange runes. Inside are a dozen of machines, both magical and mundane, with the look of an experiment. The look of an experiment abandoned midway. There we go. What is more curious about these devices do not bear the mark of the Alchemist Guild. While this discovery is not immediately useful, you wonder about the dwarves and what they were studying here, and what caused them to abandon it. Spend some time figuring out what's happening, lose the initiative in your advance. We can get some mana, or we can think. Try to blindly reactivate the experiments. You think you recognize the rune for vitality among those stones. I'm going to spend the time. Be safe about it. So everyone loses 2 initiative for a couple of battles. However, in battle, all bone golems receive +10 accuracy. Permanently. I have no bone golems, so that was bad for me. After a few hours, you have harnessed enough knowledge to complete the abandoned experiment. You instantly understand what the dwarves were studying here. They were trying to use electricity to reanimate bodies. Necromancy through science? Blasphemy! But they did get a few curious insights into the building and stitching of properties of the undead. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully it doesn't completely dunk on us. What are the enemies' initiatives? Like, if their initiatives is low enough, then it wouldn't even affect us. God! Oh, yeah! Don't do things like that. The giant attack on that turn. That's so rude. Okay. Getting rid of that block means that we now have the ability to stun that target. Really important. Oh, come on! Stun them! Thank you! Ah! It's just getting really dangerous for those skeletons, and I definitely don't want to lose one. Oh, God.
Leave them.
Uh-huh, yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna gain the extra armor, hoping that saves Commander Kronos there. Stunning a character could help, though. Why do you stop? I am so glad that just didn't hit. That, oof, that could have been... I am so constantly scared right now that I'm about to lose one of my best units. Okay. It's the Berserker that I'm scared about, but Berserker can target anyone in any line anyway. So I think it's fine if I move forward anyway.
This never gets old.
Berserker has to miss or just not target. Otherwise, I'm losing that character. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so that's our first big skeleton loss. It's really, really annoying. I think that was also the skeleton that... No, it was the skeleton only holding one piece of equipment, I think. That was Commander Kronos, was it not? It was. Okay. Gotta make sure the Berserker stays stuns. If there's nothing I can do about it, there's nothing I can do about it at this point. It happened. The target has been lost. Oh well. I should still try and make sure that I don't use too much of my Wrath, because I still need it around to heal the other skeleton. Damn it. My throat will not cooperate with all of the talking that I want to be doing at this point.
Break their bones.
Yeah, the Berserker had so many buffs there that I actually got to hit, just, let me count, casual infinity times, actually, it turns out. Let to hit infinity times.
Maybe I'll crab this one into furnace.
Alright, that target needs to die there. I personally want to try and stall this fight out long enough that we actually get the full heal there. And I don't know, maybe we actually manage to. I'm not going to plan entirely around it, though. Especially because I can't plan entirely around it, so I should just try and finish the fight off. Okay, and swing and a miss.
Soon this world will be mine.
Level 4 in the brain. Beautiful. Incredibly important. We're about to get a level 4 friend as a result. Yep, I'll build you with all of that luck as well. Fine. And give you Smite, Bone, Mystic Fortitude as well. What do I name you? Okay, you are Patricia, the first of your name. We've got a lot of firsts still here. Who else was it that died as well? It was Commander Kronos. Okay, so I'll put a mark against your name. So if you are resurrected, you'll be resurrected as the second. Am I capable of taking Drew back? Oh, I am. Totally. Because we're just healing them back up immediately. Alright. You have something that wants you in, yeah, position 3, though. So Drew has to be in position 3. Everyone moves forward into the next stele. We do have an elite combat in one space time as well, so that's a little bit intimidating. I don't think Veteran Commander is necessary. I think Dark Enlightenment is probably the most necessary here. Maybe after surgical practices, though. No matter what I'm doing, there's no need to level up anything right now. Because I would only get the effect of Calcination rather than any of these. And I would only get the effect of Love Potion or Alchemy Doctorate rather than this. And those don't actually have any impact for us right now. Alright. Back out into the fray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, that's pretty good as well. Got a couple good interims. That grave is probably not going to mean anything. Quest means more than a grave, and those are the only differences between those two paths at that point. Yeah. Okay, so what's the difference between this path out and this path out? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 combats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. It's just extra combat. All right. That means we're going in this direction. Elite Squad. Please don't harm me. I mean, if we can start stunning those those hammerers will be okay. It's just getting to the point where I can start stunning them. That's the big problem. I don't like the whole any damage received is doubled and then you immediately crit me and send that member to the back of the party so they don't have the ability to, you know, respond. You know. I also don't like that you stunned another member of my party. Don't. I'm just saying to the game, don't. Like, the thing that it looks like you're about to do, where you kill me in one turn against a build that was really good, don't do that. I'm going to purge the debuff that gives me double damage off, as well as gain Wrath in that turn. That target has a good stance, and I can't do anything about it, so that target's just getting that move off right now. I can't shield banger to try and make everyone insane as well, either. Maybe I think I just Mystic Fortitude with both of my frontliners here. But I think it's really important I get through all of the charges on the Elite Hammerer here. That is to say, they're block charges, so I have the ability to stun them past this point. Don't mark them! So it acts before the end of the round, so its Galvanic Strike is actually going to go off. So that means I have no chance of stunning them at all. At least from this point on, I will have the ability to stun them. That said, I have to get rid of this double damage as well. Those double damage debuffs are just really harsh. I don't really want to move Call of the Wild forward right now, but if I don't move Call of the Wild forward, like, I'll never get the ability to heal with them. All right. Ooh, good hit. Don't lose, Call of the Wild. Don't lose. 5 damage and debuffed, and you're stunned. That's so bad. Yeah, both of my Dark Knights are stunned here. At least that was defensive rather than offensive on that turn. At least we had that going for us. Oh, great. Actually, the enemies just got block back, so I can't stun them anymore, which is good, I guess. That got redirected as well, so I can't even stun the one that's going to be doing Galvanic Strike.
Your frail bodies fail you.
This is so sad.
Unnecessary sacrifice.
Yeah, this is hard. This combat is just real rough.
Slash, chomp, crush.
The Oracle is clearly doing the most on the field right now, but the Oracle is also impossible to control. With 5 ward and 3 block. I would have to spend all of my actions each turn trying to control the Oracle just to have the rest of my butt handed to me by the rest of the characters on the field.
Extinction of life.
Yep. Good crits. We might be able to get one hammerer down here. Try and set our team up for the next combat. That's another reason why I can't control the Oracle, because the Oracle has the ability to just send herself to the back of the party. There's nothing I can do about that. The turns where the enemy just turns around and stuns me, those are a little... I don't know about that.
You end up...
They're a little I don't know about that, right? Yeah. This is a problem. There's my almost full heal. What is with your max HP, Serpent Frog? I swear it's gone down. There actually may have been a patch that has reduced the max HP of the Dark Knight. That's the only thing that makes sense here, because you've currently got 55, but you don't have anything increasing your vigor, but 55 is real low. I think they usually have 60 by base, but they've been downgraded. All right. Heal back up there again. Maybe Serpent Frog lives through the entire combat, never gets stunned, and just eats every enemy. Maybe. It's not going to happen, but maybe. Yeah, especially because on this turn, I don't have enough greed to do anything. That's really... Don't have enough wrath, rather, to do anything. If I can take down just that one member of the enemy team, everything will be okay. Okay, no stun there at least. No kill. Miss? No, but you did galvanic. And then, no, you did regeneration. Never mind, I'm not going to be able to kill you then. Okay, so what party does beat these enemies? It clearly needs to have directed damage. It clearly can't be a primarily stress damage focused. Can it? Well, it can't be magic damage or stress damage focused in terms of like instantaneous singular big hits. Because if it is, then these wards just instantly break the back of that build. Yeah, I just get to watch my character die for a couple years right now, so we'll just watch that in the background while I try and figure out what goes on. So what, a stress build? But they would have to be super low level is the thing. Like they, by necessity, are going to be very low level characters. So all enemies lose one ward is the only thing I can really do there. Skullfall is the other... The thing that would have allowed me to cast Skullfall in combat, that would have been super useful there. Unfortunately, we didn't have access to it. I should have used the Skull Torch. I don't know if it necessarily would have changed the outcome of the combat at all, but that's something we're definitely going to be queuing up for the possibility of using in the next time. Talents. This is entirely on me. Literally all I needed to do is before that battle, take Battle Eternal. All units restore to full vigor. It's a spell cast as well. It's the only thing I would ever spend my mana on, and it would keep them alive forever. But instead, they are all dead forever now. So one thing we do have constantly going for us is we do have that bonus on the skeletons. We do have that bonus on Dark Knights now. So not having any extra stats on them. Not having any extra stats on any of my Dark Knights is going to make them really, like, it's going to be so tough for them to cut through those enemies. Those enemies have armor, is the thing. They not only have armor, but they have resistance as well. Do I have any of their tokens in the Humanorium? I have the Elite Oracle. So you just start with the 3 ward is the thing. HP, 143. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Okay, one thing we can do is we can take the Love Potion and then get 2 Brides of Iratus in the back line. One of them with the level 2 brain, because the ability to just crit one of the oracles is really important. Because then they have the ability between the two of them to take down the important targets while the hammerers are just hammering away. So how do I stop the hammerers? Their galvanic stance. Because they start with 3 ward, and then they have the ability to gain ward after that point. Sorry, they start with 3 block, and then they have the ability to gain block after that point. I don't know if they gain ward. I think they do, actually. So physical depositioning of our enemies. What does that come from? Who does that? I guess the Banshee does. No, not the Banshee. Sorry, the Shade, the Wraith does with their ability. Terror Wave. All opponents randomly swap positions. Problem is that's a Wrath-related ability, so I have to invalidate some of my other stuff in order to do that. I could consider trying to build just a bunch of bone golems going into that event and then throwing the bone golems away, but I don't have a bunch of extra skulls and I don't have a bunch of extra bones, and especially if I'm going to be creating more skeletons, which I consider is possible, I won't have excess for that either. I think no matter what, we are going to be relying on getting Dark Knights back. The fact that they could stand there and take a bunch of damage and their sustain was so important. It's just the enemy having that ridiculous amount of block made it really, really difficult for us to actually stun any enemies before they did anything important there. So, God, who deals with that? Like, I can think of some characters who deal with that when leveled up. Like, the Lich has the ability to have a cloud remove all armor and resistance from characters. The Headhunter has the ability to mark a target with... Where are you? Oh. Yeah, with Intimidating Rage. Marks a selected target. At the start of his turn, he will attack the target. It doesn't miss. It definitely hits the target. But it's a selected position, not a target, I guess. And the attacked enemy loses all block and ward. I think we have to take a Headhunter into the next combat.
One could call this one the strong silent type.
I wasn't trying to give you the dust, but that dust is extra accuracy. And that's what you need most of all, Headhunter. So, sure. And the enemy losing all block and ward only happens if I hit the upgrade on you, so.
I expect results.
And the Headhunter has the ability to do that from any position. That's fine. Okay, so that means that the rest of my party can be 2 Dread Knights and a Bride of Iratus. Right? Bride of Iratus has the ability to push people out of position. Huh. Mark position. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be now Dark Knight, Bride of Iratus, I think. Let's see what we can do in terms of Bride of Iratus. I mean, we can make better materials for Bride. Can we? We can't make better flesh for you. We can make a better heart. We can make a better blood. Okay, we'll do that.
Skeleton will clean up this mess
Eh,
later.
just decent blood.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
Decent heart as well. Did I already have a leveled up? I did! It's Kyle. Okay, so I have the ability to just throw these onto Kyle then. There's your transplantation, bud. Then after that, it is Dark Knight, the first one.
It's no gold, but it will do.
For extra vigor and evasion? Yeah, it's totally a Dark Knight thing. Also, who were our Dark Knights that died? I think it was Drew and Patricia. Why do I feel like it was Carl of the Wild? Okay. Back to these Dark Knights. So the first one gets built with extra dust. Do I want to make yeah, I'll also make a level 4 piece of weaponry. Because basically, again, this is a situation of like, if we lose this battle, we kind of don't have the experience to get back up. And then I guess I can make upgraded ectoplasm.
Successful alchemy.
Is that everything that a good Dark Knight requires? No. Possible upgraded piece of armor.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Hang on. There we go. So we just have one good Dark Knight and then one bad Dark Knight? I think that's actually
Hardly
fine.
an inspiring leader, but the dead cannot.
My apologies to the one of you that is going to be awarded to the bad one. All right. Back to front. Just give me the first. Drew 1 PKT the second. And finally, hang on. Arconian the first of your name. Beautiful. And I think I will take the Battle Eternal over Bride of Iratus' upgrade.
I need nothing but my anger to purge this world.
Okay. Is there absolutely anything else I can do to make my units more powerful before we go into battle? No. No, I think that's it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes. Oh, why do I feel like I'm about to lose? Fine. There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. If I lose, well, nice. If I continue to lose, I know exactly what's happened to me. Ugh, stop, Mark. Just insta-kill that target off the field. I see you. Damn it, if only that crit. I can do a lot of damage to that target, but no, I've gotta go for Intimidating Rose, though. Target you double your damage against, as it turns out you did double damage to. Maybe I Abyssal Hunger at the start of this turn. Just heal up. Yeah. The enemies are going to do some sort of BS deal damage to the whole party thing in just a moment anyway. There we go. Oh, really?
Carve open their husks.
Ooh, that's rough. All right. Definitely got to get one of those down. I'm going to set that up there on the Elite Oracle, possibly on the position that the next Hammerer goes into. After this first one dies, ideally, right now. How do I kill them right now? I don't think I can. Yeah, I'm just going to deposition you, actually. Which actually puts you in a position where you might get hit by the same ability that I just queued up, but yeah. Look, that's how it has to happen. That's how it has to happen. Never mind. All worked out in the end. I'm a genius, not a dummy. Yeah, not a huge fan of the whole, like, all of our team dying instantaneously thing that just happened. Surprisingly not a fan. I'm gonna go with the full party heal right now because it seems essential. I'll also use bounty on the frontliner here. Oh. Well, as it turns out, Battle Eternal is bugged. Yep, it's bugged. Yeah, that must be what's happened. So it healed everyone. It says on the tooltip. Don't read the tooltip. Just take my word for it. But it says on the tooltip that it only affects minions, but instead it heals everyone. So it's a tooltip thing. Don't read the tooltip. Just take my word for it, because obviously I'm not that dumb. So yeah, I just wanted to say that it's in the tooltip. It's not my problem. It's not my fault. We're screwed. I'm glad at the very least that I'm screwed as a result of something I did. Pleased to be it. Yeah, the fact that the Elite Oracle can just give everyone one ward and one block each turn to every ally and have 2 Elite Hammerers on the field is... it's wild. It's certainly wild. Mm-hmm. And there's just another member doing giant AoE. Like, there's 3 members in the enemy party that do giant AoE attacks. 1 member that debuffs enemies to take double damage. And then that same member constantly ruining everyone else's life. Ugh. God, if only I had the Battle Eternal before I came in here the first time. Also, if only I understood how to use Battle Eternal. You know, just multiple if-onlys there. I hate that hit the wrong target. And also, even if your idea was I will just hit the Elite Oracle and the Elite Geomancer, joke's on you. 50% of the time, the Elite Hammerer targets themselves with that attack instead. I don't like to be that kind of salty, like, oh, there's nothing I could have done, dude. Actually, that is not an example from actual legitimate salt. That's an example from someone who jokingly does that. But I don't like to do that kind of like, ah, man, can't believe it. Video game is completely bugged again. What was his name? Idra? That kind of salt is the kind of salt I'm super not into. So I'm very much trying not to sit here consistently saying, what could I have done? But if you'll forgive me just a couple what could I have done, I'd really appreciate that.
Congratulations, you entertained me.
Just another position of getting perma-stunned until I die. Ooh, lovely. Okay. So what did we learn from our last run? We learned that running down the line in order to get the in-combat healing is a great strategy. It works really, really well. We also learned that that upgrading our parts for our units and putting those on our units and then getting them specifically on units that don't, or rather not specifically getting a lot of block and resistance, instead getting accuracy, vigor, and luck for our stats was not particularly handy there. We learned that there's an elite combination on this floor that is this. So anytime we come up to an elite combination on this floor, we need to consider the possibility it could be 2 hammers, an oracle, and a mage or summoner, whatever his name is there in the back line. Let's have a quick bit of a look. Geomancer, elite Geomancer. We also learned that we probably want to focus on having 2 squads at the same time rather than just building one, because it's just too likely we get to a point where we just get killed by a character, like just happened there. And the fact that it takes like 8 experience to get from level 5 to level 6, but 2 experience to get from level 1 to level 2, means that spreading out the experience would not mean that I have like a bunch of level 2s. Instead, I would have like 2 teams of level 4 rather than, you know, 1 team of level 5s. In diversifying though, if I'm diversifying those builds, I probably don't want to like upgrade my Dark Knights or upgrade my Brides of Iratus or upgrade my Skeletons as well. So that frees up a lot of experience in Iratus trees that I can use for something else instead. I think getting that, the Battle Eternal was actually probably a good idea though, so maybe that's something that I do want to consider. Because, like, you just kill all of... When do you use Battle Eternal? Because you can't use it when you're losing, right? You just heal all of your units. But you heal all of your enemies as well. I don't know when Battle Eternal is useful, right? Like, if you have a party of a bunch of low-level units and you've got 1 enemy unit, you heal all of your units and then attack them. But you've got to be terrified that entire time that that unit is going to turn around and just remove one of your low-level units from the field. So it feels like you always want to use this earlier than when it's actually valuable. I think actually, like, running down this line really, really quickly, maybe just these 2 lines, like, I've been trying to diversify it and ignore just static bonuses, but if I ran down both of these lines, I would get extra experience constantly for every encounter, and I would get extra parts constantly. But then I'd have to ignore the Ire tree, and I wouldn't be able to go to Relentless Evil. I'd have a lot more experience on my characters from Veteran Commander. I think maybe the next thing I'm going to want to try and do is go down this line really, really quickly. Get to Veteran Commander really, really early. And definitely diversify my build. That is in terms of the characters that I'm running. That said, all of that kind of thing has to happen next episode. Like, I'm just going to pull all of my units out of hiding. All these level 1 units, even if I mega upgraded them with any of the rest of the stuff that I have, which is very little, would not be capable of taking down that encounter. So instead, I will say at the moment, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Iratus, Lord of the Dead. I'm going to do the re-rolling of the save file in order to get the right artifacts off screen, just because that's not a particularly engaging part of the episode, and also not a particularly great mechanic. I suppose that is probably going to get fixed at some point in the near future as well. Until then, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.